Hopefully you can see me okay. This is my first time doing a Google Hangouts live session by myself, but hopefully it'll work. So just a little bit about my workshop. If you haven't heard, my topic of choice is called Mind Over Matter. And so it's going to be focused on managing stress, anxiety, and depression through different methods such as cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, the family stress model, the ABCX model, and prayer. And so this week I took advantage of the reading and really thought about the different techniques and methods and ways that I can teach the most effectively of this material. And it really helped with my lesson plan, which I hope is all right. So week number 4, we talked a lot about we read a lot about the component display theory. And I thought it was interesting how it focused on the power and the relevance and the impact of storytelling. And that was actually how I was planning on starting out my mindfulness or my workshop. I wanted to tell a personal story about myself dealing with anxiety and different things while I was serving a mission. There was a time where it was just really stressful and hard. And in the past, I had dealt with depression and things. And so there was a counselor on the mission that really helped me to have different tools where I can use, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, and it helped me to relax and get down to really thinking about how I can deal with my behavior and not stress out. So another thing was creating balance between teacher and student interaction. And I think the key to this is preparation and preparing that time. So within my lesson plan, preparing, okay, this is when I'm going to teach, and then this is when I want the people to discuss and talk with each other or within the class. And I also think it's really important that they're able to express themselves throughout the class and not just have me teach, because I know of classes in the past that I've had where I've wanted to say things and apply myself in different ways, talking, but the teacher was just talking and talking that it wasn't fun. And I also want to invite the Holy Spirit to be the teacher and not just me. I'm going to try to get out of the way of the Holy Spirit's main goal. And I want to start out with hymns and prayers for the workshops, but also I want to invite the Spirit in a way that I'll just teach truth. I believe that the Spirit speaketh truth unto the hearts of men. And as I said, like unto the hearts, not into the hearts. So the participants may disagree with prayer, but I know that it is a true principle. So the Spirit will be there when I teach it, and they can choose to accept or reject that and use their agency that way. I want to listen to the Spirit as I'm teaching, and the way that I can teach by the Spirit is being knowledgeable about the things that I'll be teaching. And so I believe the more knowledgeable I am, the more flexibility I'll have. And so the Spirit will be able to work better through me to be able to teach. If I just give the Spirit a blank sheet of paper to work with, then I'm not going to be able to teach very well. So another couple of things. I really like the part of the reading about how to teach rather than what to teach, because I've been in classes in the past where, and especially church, where I don't remember what they were talking about, but I remember the way that I felt. I remember the way that I felt in their class by how they interacted with me. I remember how I felt learning about whatever material it was, because I did have the Spirit with me. If it just was so boring, then I remember associating that subject with being boring. And I don't want my participants to think it's boring or not applicable to them, because it totally is. And I want them to have a good interaction and experience with family life education, so that they can talk to their friends about how important it is to have family life education. I really benefited from the different ways, especially in chapters 6 and 7, that people teach. Like, I love the ideas about using comics, funny videos, and activities. I think especially funny videos, like like the principles and what you're learning about really stick, because um, like sometimes I see a funny video from class, and I go home and I tell my husband about it, and it really sticks, because I, share the stories, and I remember those principles. And also, activities are really engaging, and it encourages deeper thinking for the most part, and then further applications of the principles. Also, I think dealing with sensitive matters when teaching is really hard. For example, I looked up the video "Stop It" by Bob Newhart, and I really think that I'm going to use it, because it is really funny, and it is applicable to what I'm going to be teaching about, how we just can't stop like stressing out or being anxious, or can we, And so it'll be really good for discussion. But I also think that people might take offense, because he downplays the problems that this woman is having. So I need to be sensitive of that and talk to the people beforehand about how it might be offensive, but I know that these things are actually real, and it's just a funny video. And that we, as family life educators, should never ever make light of people's problems. So that's what I learned about this week, and since week 4 of my readings. And I hope to be able to learn from all of you this week. Thank you.